Hey guys, it's Joe. Welcome back to my guides for the rares of the Mist of Pandaria beta. This time out, we'll be looking at the Dread Wastes. Bear in mind, we will only be looking at their locations and what they drop. If you want to look at their abilities and the achievements, go back and look at my first video, which I will include here in an annotation. We are at a very interesting time in the beta in that they have decided to change some things about the way the rares work. First of all, they are at normal spawn times, whereas they were only an hour at a time before, so this is more like what it's going to be in live. The other thing is that they've changed the drop rate of the vanity items. That means you only have a percentage chance to get the vanity item when you make the kill. To me, this is a big mistake. They are already rare as it is, and to add another component like RNG to the mix, who knows, it is beta, so perhaps that will change. Bear in mind, at the end of the video, I will demonstrate the items that they drop, so do stay tuned for that. With that, let's get started and go out to the west coast to where Dak the Breaker is hanging out, amongst a lot of scorpions. Alright, there we go, take care of him, and as you can see, my friend Claudia decided to tag along and help me out on this one. Let's see what we have. Small bag of goods, of course, and the most important thing, the Yungal Wind Chime. It has a use of charge at the enemy, inflicting 50,000 physical damage to enemies within 8 yards, knocking them down for 2 seconds. Can only be used in Pandaria. We're starting to see more and more of only in Pandaria. Of course, the typical blue item as well. Now, this was done when the vanity items were 100%. You're going to see down the line a little bit here, some of these don't actually drop what I need, but never fear, I have ways of showing you those items, even if I didn't get them. Alright, from there we're going to hustle on over to the east by the Rikitun village, I believe that's how that's pronounced, to another Pandaran, Aili Skymere. You will notice, if you've seen my other videos, this is the first Pandaria that's not under a pagoda. Alright, let's go to the end of this and see what she drops. Oh man, do I get a kick out of the way those female Pandaren die. Alright, what does she leave us? Aili Skymere. Use take on slightly shimmery appearance of the target for 10 minutes. Okay, interesting. Sounds like Potion of Illusion maybe, but a little Twilight-like and sparkly. And of course your blue and your small bag of goods as well. And let's head down south a little bit near the Heart of Fear. We have Garlock, who is a mantid. This guy is a tough one to fight. There's a lot of ads around, and he is in a little house. You have to pull him out. As you can see there in the red, he is marked in 3 different locations. Those are 3 different little houses that he can be found in. Definitely glad I had Claudia in on this one, just because it is a pain in the butt. With him dying, let's see, we have Eternal Warrior Sigil, which has a use of restores 15% of health and mana every 1 second for 6 seconds. Any damage taken will remove the frenzy. Can only be used in Pandaria. Does not work for players above level 94. Okay. So I guess they're preparing for the next expansion? Alright. Still, that's 90% of your health and mana. Of course, that is barring that you don't get hit within those 6 seconds. But it's not even a trinket, you can just use it, so that's very handy, unlike, you know, some of the vanity items. That's actually useful. Alright, now we're going to go way east, over towards the Great Wall that separates the Dread Wastes and the Valley of the Four Winds, to the Terrace of Gurthan, for Kroll the Blade. Alright, as I finish him up here, he was one of the first ones you'll see here that did not have the vanity item. So what he's supposed to drop, though, is the Elixir of Ancient Knowledge. Has a use of increases experience gained by 300% for 1 hour. Does not work on players above level 84. That's a little more appropriate, I guess. It does suck if you want to use that for leveling through Pandaria, but you can see the key to it is it binds to a battle.net account, so it's not stuck on this particular character. You want to throw it to a level 1? Go ahead. They'll level up really fast, or whatever level, as long as they're below 84, you can do it. Just bear in mind, though it shows 20 on the graphic, it is a one-time use only, so once it's consumed, it's gone. Alright, let's head south along the Great Wall to Kar the Darkner, who is near the Forgotten Mire amongst some ruins. Alright, finishing this guy up. I got a couple of little ads on me I had to take care of real quick. And alright, let's take a look and see what we got. it is, of course, just blues. This is the second one that did not have the vanity item. Luckily, again, I have the little slide in. It is the imbued jade fragment. So it's a pet, as you can see. Teaches you to summon this companion, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that at the end. Like I said, even though I didn't loot it here, I do have a plan. Alright, we move onward down even more south to the Lake of Stars, where we have Nalash Verdantis. He's in a little island right there in the middle of the lake. Alright, and dead. Let's see what we have here. Loot, loot, loot. The Hollow Reed teaches you how to summon this companion, so we have another pet. This one, of course, I do have, so I can show you that here at the end. Yay! Not too far away from the Lake of Stars, we have Ik the Nimble. He is actually in a cave right there near the base of that big tree. Alright, got a little help on this one from a Boomkin. JK Potato. Is that Just Kidding Potato? I'm not sure what that means, but moving on. The Hosen Beach Ball. Get ready for fun in the sun. Really? What does that mean? I guess we'll find out here at the end. Alright, now we head over east to our final rare here in the zone, Omnis Grinlock. He is wandering around. You can see him, those two circles there. That is his path throughout the briny muck. Me, Grimlock Smash! Sorry, Transformers joke, had to do it. You will see he is unusual in that he is traveling around with a whole bunch of ads. Looks like 5 of them. I was hoping I was able to pull them off individually without pulling him, but as you can see, I was unsuccessful, so I got to take them all on at once. Alright, after a lot of swiping and things, got the other ones down, and he was the last one. Oh, and I did have a little help, I forgot. I brought the puppies and even the warrior out, though the warrior didn't survive. And, of course, not one dropping the vanity items. Again, I have the little slide in, so we have the Golden Fleece. Equip. May cause extra gold to drop whenever you kill a target that yields experience or honor. Well, that could come in handy. Interesting. It is a trinket, so it will take a slot, but you use that when you're questing or something. Yeah, that could be interesting. Alright guys, that's the rares of the Dread Waste Zone. Now let's take a look at the items and see what they do. Alright, let's first start off with the Imbued Jade Fragment. That was one that I couldn't get, but my friend Euphale here was able to obtain. As you can see, it's just a green reskin of the Rock Earth Elemental, much like the pet that came out of Deep Home as well. Now, I'm not sure if the name Grinder is native to it when you actually get it, but of course these days it doesn't matter. You can rename it to whatever you want. While we're on the subject of pets, here is the pet that comes from the Hollow Reed that we got. It is a Aqua Strider. So of course my first thought was Aqua, water, Strider, on top of walking on. Yeah, no. That's the only disappointment here. I thought for sure it would be something that would walk on water, but as you can see, it just sinks and walks on the bottom, and will occasionally swim when you make it. But yeah, Aqua Strider is a misleading name for this particular pet. Alright, now let's check out the Golden Fleece. Again, we have my friend Euphale to help us out. You see that little sparkle that she has around her? That means she has that trinket equipped. So, she almost looks like a treasure. Something that you can loot. But not really, don't touch, she's married. Anyway, let's move on and see what this thing actually does. Now remember, this says may cause extra gold to drop whenever you kill a target that yields experience or honor. So it's not a guarantee, but when it does work, this is what it looks like. I don't know about you guys, but that sure does look like what it is in Diablo 3 when you kill a treasure goblin. I think that's pretty damn cool. Also, as you can see here, it's not just when you loot it do you get that extra gold, but there's actually piles of gold on the ground that you need to pick up. I don't know if there was 2 because there was 2 of us, even though she was the one that had the trinket equipped, but I think she got 18 gold and I got 11 gold out of mine, so still not a bad day at the office. Now here is some footage from Euphale off of her channel of the Elixir of Ancient Knowledge. Unfortunately, again, it was consumed the first time she did it, so there was no other way to demonstrate this. Plus, you need to see her point of view and see her XP at the bottom. As you can see, that was her first kill, and now she's going up for her second. This is a level 1 fresh character, 300% extra experience, and 2 kills in, and bam, she hits level 2. So it's not bad, especially when you bring up an alt. Now I have heard that this does stack with BOAs and guild perks. Now I can't confirm that at all, but you know, keep that in mind. It may or may not, of course, it's beta. Anything can happen. Heck, let's be honest, it's an MMO, it can change any day. It doesn't have to be beta. Alright, to demonstrate the Eternal Warrior Sigil, I had to be in Pandaria, and I had to be low on mana and health. So you can see I lowered my mana, and my health goes almost completely gone, and then I use the Sigil, and you see 15% health every 1 second for a total of 6 seconds, so 90% Bam. Not bad at all. Now, the next question I had was, can I use it in combat? So I wanted to go out and demonstrate that as well. As you can see, I'm in combat. I've taken heavy damage from this particular mob, and it says you are in combat, cannot use. It won't let me. So what I did was go ahead and flip, get out of combat, and then go ahead and use it. So yeah, can't use it in combat. I do apologize, like it's my fault. But still, there you go. At least now you know. Alright, to demonstrate the Yungal Wind Chime, I wanted to try it on a single target at first, and what better than a rare from the Jade Forest. Just to give you an idea, again, it does inflict damage as well as stun the target, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. And on top of it, it turns you into a Yungal as you charge. I didn't even know that. See, he got stunned, and since that's all I wanted to demonstrate, I'm going to run away like a little girl. Now, since it says it does multiple targets, enemies within 8 yards, I thought I would go ahead and demonstrate that as well. And I swear to God, I am not role-playing a stag right now.
Last night I went to an awesome stag party.
Alright, anywho, moving on. Yeah, here we go. We're going to charge them. You can see Yungal, and then both of them get stunned. It doesn't knock them down like the tooltip says, but still, you get the drift. Oh, we used to be friends. Now they're pissed. Alright, now let's take a look at the Hosen Beach Ball. As you can see, apparently it prepares me for a day at the beach and turns my weapon into a shovel. I would think maybe like a metal detector would be more appropriate, but I guess not in Azeroth, right? The disturbing thing is the water that is coming off of me here. As you can see it trailing behind me. I'm not sure what that means. I mean, am I just dripping wet? Am I that soaked? Did I just come out of the ocean? And when does it stop? Do I ever dry off? And when I sit down, it looks like I'm taking a leak. It looks like I'm wetting myself. That's very wrong, but could be fun in some RP situations, I suppose.
Man, I was halfway through the Emerald Dream when I had to pee.
And now for our last item, Eileen's Sky Mirror, and you can see, bam, I just did it on a random person, Stormwind, and now I am just some random female Pandaren, but as you can see, again, a little transparent, a little shimmery, as the tooltip says. The only disconcerting thing is you don't take on all the characteristics of the character. You don't sound like them, for instance. Listen to the laugh that comes out of this Pandaren. Yeah, exactly. Night Elf laugh. It's really strange, so I'm not sure why that is, but I guess you can creep people out with that.
Halfway through the Emerald Dream when I had to pee.
Yeah, we got the pee joke earlier. That was a different thing. Alright guys, that is it from me here in the Dread Wastes in Pandaria. As always, thank you very much for checking out the guide, and thank you so much for making all the guides very, very successful. A big thanks to my friend Euphali, as I mentioned earlier. I will put her blog and her YouTube channel down below in the description if you want to check out her stuff. Also, you will see here a main annotation for the entire map, which will take you to a video that will be a centralized hub for all the different zones that you can click on and go to whichever one you want at any time. Also, I will put some of my other videos. Please be sure to check some of them out. There's some really good stuff there as well. And of course, the big subscribe button. That's a huge one. So, as always, guys, thank you so much, and do take care of yourselves.